Welcome back, everyone, to Soul Power Tarot and Coaching. I'm so delighted to be with you all for another true crime video. I want to take a minute to just explain why I've decided to do true crime videos. It's because I want to really shed some light on certain cases that are not getting enough coverage, but also I want us all to learn from these cases and learn to spot the red flags. I'm using these as teaching moments and not to pry or, any other crazy stuff that others are doing out there. For me, it's truly to help and be of service to you all and to help spot the red flags. Okay, and to help us really deal and learn from these situations. Okay, too much of this is happening, and I think more awareness needs to be raised for these different things that are happening, these different crimes that are occurring. So this is why I'm doing this. Um, Thank you to all of you who have been watching and commenting and liking and subscribing. I really appreciate it. So with that being said, I'm going to get straight into the reading. And as always, please like, subscribe, comment. It helps the channel prosper and keep going. So today I've decided to look into what's going on with Shanquella's case, and also where the couple of six are. What are they doing? What's going on? How are they feeling? Just to get an inside look on that and if they will actually face justice. So before I begin, I have to say that this is for entertainment purposes and allegedly, please do your own research and form your own opinions. Okay, this tarot readings are based on vibrational energies of all the parties involved. So once again, this is for entertainment purposes and allegedly, and please do your own research and form your own opinions. Okay, so here we go. Now that the disclaimer is out of the way, we're going to begin with the questions. So I had some specific questions that I wanted to ask here. And the first one is, what is happening? What's happening with this case? Okay, Shanquella, let's see, Shanquella Robinson. What is going on with Shanquella Robinson's case right now? Okay, that's the first question. I'm going to use both of these decks. It's a tarot, and this other deck is a Kipper deck. So, okay, so we've got our Kipper and our tarot. So the next question I want to ask, why is it taking so long? What is the holdup? Other people have gotten justice so much quicker. It's been going on 6 months now. What is the holdup? Okay, why is this case taking so long? Why is it taking so long for Shanquella's family to get justice? Okay, I'm going to pick this one here. Why is it taking so long for Shanquella's family to get justice? And why is it taking so long to get justice? Okay. And, around this question also, I was thinking about not only why is it taking so long, but why the secrecy. It's a lot of secrecy around this, around her case. And whereas other cases, there have been a lot of, coverage and less secrecy and authorities kind of telling us every step of the way what they're doing. In this case, there's a lot of secrecy here in, what people feel are cover-ups, and less of an interest by authorities in this case. So let's ask here, the third question, is the case actually being investigated right now? Is the case actually being investigated right now? Because some people feel like it may not be. That's why we're not hearing anything. Some people feel like maybe authorities kind of, just let it go. Is this case currently being investigated right now? Is this case right now? We want to know. So these next two will be about, is there an ongoing investigation? And the final question here about this particularly is, will the person who murdered Shanquella Robinson face justice. Okay. Will the person who murdered Shanquella Robinson face justice? I'm not naming names here. She wasn't named publicly. I'm not going to name names, but I think we all have heard things and have heard names, but I'm going to refrain from doing so here. So let's see. Will the person who murdered Robinson face justice? Okay. So will the person who face justice? Here we are. So here we are. Let's take a look at what's happening. I'm going to, as an overall energy here, I'm going to put that here. Actually, I'm going to put that down here. Okay. It's an overall energy here. Let's take a look. So we'll look at that as well. Actually, I'm going to start with the overall energy. You've got the Queen of Swords in reverse. So there's a woman here. The Queen of Swords is upright. It's someone who is a woman, who has a very aggressive type of personality, who's not necessarily the nicest, who is just very moody. She's blunt. She's rude. All of those things that, a lot of us don't like. This person is very combative, very, hurtful in the way that she speaks. When it's reversed, and I have, from what I'm feeling, um, this is representing this, this person, the person who was beating Shanquella in the video. And we have with that, when it's reversed, this person is, you know, really not talking, not saying anything, but they're also really feeling vulnerable. They don't feel strong. They feel vulnerable. They feel scared. And with it came the concern card. So this person is very, very afraid. Okay. The overall energy, this person is very afraid. And there's concern that this person may not face justice. But the overall energy here is that this person she herself is very worried. She's scared. Okay. Feeling weak, feeling vulnerable. And she should be. She should be. Now, the first question here, okay, which is what's going on with the case right now. We've got the Six of Cups and we have the High Honor. And the Six of Cups, this is about the past, revisiting the past. So there is an investigation. Six of Cups, they're going back to, what happened, revisiting what happened, trying to get information from people who were with her, but friends more so. The Six of Cups is all about friends, nostalgia. And in this case, it's like investigating the past and investigating certain friends, going back and seeing her past with certain friends, her connection with these people. And as you can see, there are six cups, the Cabo six. So it's like the what this is saying is, her own past is being looked at, but also her connection with these people in the past, the history with these six people that were with her on this trip. Okay. The High Honor, it is police, it could be police, law enforcement, and they are investigating. They're currently investigating the six friends and their connections, the relationship, and things that happen. So there is definitely an investigation. That's what's going on. They're taking their time to investigate each one of them and their role in what happened. So that's what's going on. And it's taking time because none of these people, from what I've seen online and what I've read, none of these people are being very cooperative. So that in itself can hinder an investigation. So it looks like that's a major issue here. Why is it taking so long is the next question. The Eight of Pentacles in reverse and the Despair. So yeah, people are not cooperating. Eight of Pentacles. Okay. the Eight of Pentacles upright is somebody working hard, doing all they can, in this case, cooperating with authorities, giving information. When it's reversed, they're not getting cooperation. There's no cooperation. And because it's next to the Six of Cups, this friend card, these so-called friends, this Cabo Six, they're not cooperating. This is um, what is causing trouble. And then despair. Why is it taking so long? You see this person in despair. They're not talking. Authorities are having a hard time getting them to talk and getting them to tell them what happened and talk about the events surrounding it. They're not getting cooperation. So that is hindering the investigation. These six here think that not by not talking, they're buying time, but they think that, the case can't move forward if they don't cooperate. So the despair here is the cops having problems getting these people to cooperate, even though there's evidence. I mean, they really don't need them, but they have to investigate, and they're not getting anywhere. And it seems like there's some hopelessness going on. Um, you know, because of this, they're having trouble getting these people to cooperate and do what they need to do, because there are also legal processes and things that they need to do in a certain way to get the case going. um is the case being actively investigated is the third question here. The Magician tells me yes, and the expectation, yes. So expectation here is saying that, the Magician, first of all, yes, it's being investigated. The Magician is also about doctors and healers. Doctors and healers are being questioned. And the expectation card here is saying you can, definitely expect that this is um, being investigated. And there's a woman, interestingly enough, I do feel like Shanquella's mother expects, we all expect it to be investigated. And I also feel like this is saying, expect soon some more news, some results of this investigation. But yes, it is being investigated. So the case hasn't been, abandoned. It's being investigated, but some people involved are not cooperating. Okay, and this card here, what's going to happen to this person? Um, will she the person who murdered her, will she face justice? She will face justice. um you have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. She will face she will face trial. She will face the consequences, the community. This is here. People actually are in the community are raising funds. People are doing all they can to help push this case along. But yeah, she's going to. She's going to. I do feel like, again, with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, she's not cooperating. She's not cooperating, but the community is going to help this case move along. In the community, the things that are out online already, the things about her, facts like that from the community are going to help bring her to justice, and from other friends, other people around. So yeah, there will be justice. Okay, and that's good to see. It's going to take some time. Pentacles, there are a lot of pentacles here, which is all about things taking time. So yes, I do feel, just to recap, the angels are saying yes, there's going to be justice. It's just taking time, because there is a lack of cooperation, especially with the friends, with the person who is in this video beating her. They're not cooperating. They're dragging their feet. They're using loopholes in the law to slow this down, to prevent them, being extradited, because they have a right to say no, and then the process becomes long and tedious, right? Because if they don't give consent and agree to be extradited, authorities have to work around them, and it takes longer. It takes a lot longer. So, um, And of course, I'm pretty sure, from what I'm feeling here, that they're not going to willingly agree. So there's that. So they're going to need, law enforcement is going to need to continue investigating. They're going to need more evidence. They're going to need, have to go through a process. From what I've been reading, that's long and tedious. It's not a quick process. And so that's what's going on here. Um, Now I'm going to go into the Cabo Six. What are they feeling? What are they thinking? Are they scared? Are they hiding out? Stuff like that. So let's see the Cabo Six. How, as everybody's calling them now, how do the Cabo Six, how do they feel right now? Okay. How do the Cabo Six feel right now? How do the Cabo Six feel right now? I do feel like they're really scared. They really initially didn't think that they actually thought they would get away with it. What I get psychically, what I got privately, is they actually didn't think, because it happened in Mexico, that they would get prosecuted and things would get as far as they've gotten. So they are terrified. um, they thought once they left Mexico, that was it. So what are the Cabo Six up to now? What are the Cabo Six up to now? What are Cabo Six up to now? Okay. What are the Cabo Six up to now? Okay. And let's take a look. Are the Cabo Six hiding together? The next question is, are the Cabo Six hiding together? Because there were rumors that they were hiding together. They were on the run. Okay, so are the Cabo Six on the run together? Are the Cabo Six on the run or hiding together? Okay, and then number 4, will they face justice? Okay, will the Cabo Six face justice? Will the Cabo Six face justice? Okay, will the Cabo Six face justice? Prosecuted, and will they be prosecuted? I think it's gonna take time, but I do feel like they will. And finally, let's see. Okay, and then finally, I'm gonna ask. Um, Finally, I'm gonna ask what's gonna be the outcome of this case. Okay, what's gonna be the outcome? And yeah, so let's do what will be the outcome of this case. And I think that will be the last question. I'm trying to think if I had another question, but I think that's going to be the last one. So what would be the outcome of this case? What would be the outcome of this case? 2 of them wanted to come out. So what would be the outcome of this case? And what will be the outcome of this case? Okay, so let's get to it. Okay. So people are expecting, her family, authorities are expecting to get to the bottom of the death, and the expectation to get to the bottom of, what happened up until her passing, even though we have this video, but they're trying to piece together. The authorities want more. They want to really piece the whole story together from start to finish, and they expect to uncover what exactly, led to her death, even though we saw her being beaten. Um, but they want to uncover things in more detail with a little bit more evidence. And there's already plenty, of course, but that's the overall energy here. Um, so the first one here, the Cabo Six, how are they feeling right now? Okay. They, very interesting. So they the hangman reverse, they want to disconnect themselves from this case, from the backlash. They are trying to remove themselves from everything that's going on. Okay, they don't want to be associated with this case anymore. They don't want to be associated with anything that happened. So they are disconnected from everything that's going on, from social media. A lot of them deactivated their social media. They are disconnecting from this case. Okay. Um, the gift here, it's very interesting because this is obviously about receiving gifts. And I think that they have, at least one of them has made a donation to some of the funds that are out there for Shanquella for their own, you know, to make their conscience, um, to ease their own consciences. And there's someone with a gift card. There's someone who is thinking about talking and giving authorities more information. Okay. But they want to, they're trying to disconnect, kind of act like it didn't happen. When the hangman is reversed, is someone who's like just totally wanting to disconnect and thinking, if I disconnect from it, if I ignore it, it's just going to go away, which is absolutely delusional. But yeah, they're trying to distance themselves from this case. Basically is what's going on and how they feel. Um, they feel like they feel stressed. You know, the hangman reverse, it's like they're trying to do everything to distract themselves, you know, buying things for themselves, doing things for themselves, going on with life. Like, nothing happened. The hangman reverse is an energy of trying to distract themselves, trying to not think about it, because you know, their conscience, you know, it is on their conscience, and they're trying not to think about it and pretend the whole weekend didn't happen. They desperately want to disconnect from it. So, because it's bothering them. Now, what are they up to now? Um, you've got the Six of Swords in reverse. Okay, very interesting. Some of them have gotten sick. So you've got the Six of Swords in reverse. They're unable to get away from the guilt, from whatever um, guilt and feelings they have from this trip. The Six of Swords in reverse, some of them tried to sort of run away and travel. They've been blocked. They're unable to travel. Some of them are unable to travel and leave the country and run away. Um, you know, they're stuck in this, in the thoughts of this. Bad health. Some of them have gotten ill. There's some mental issues, some mental issues going on. They're stuck. They can't get the thoughts of what happened. They can't get the trip, because the Six of Swords represents the trip. They can't get the trip out of their mind. Okay, and the bad health is affecting them mentally. They're being really affected, and they should. Their conscience is getting the best of them. They're being really affected mentally. They're unable to move, to disconnect and move past this the way that they want. They're having, all of them, if not a good number of them, are having issues, mental issues, and it's starting to affect their health, with the bad health. So it's manifesting in their health, the guilt, the you know, all the negativity from what happened, you know, and it should really. So the third question here is, are they in hiding together? Okay. So it looks like some of them wanted to run away, but they weren't able to. Are they in hiding together? Um, I would say no, based on these two cards. They are not in hiding together. It's like the Ace of Cups reversed. This is and being emotionally drained, emotionally tired and drained, and just really emotionally spent and despair. So this is saying no. They are not all hiding together. They are absolutely terrified. They're in a place of hopelessness. They feel hopeless. They feel, you know, just depleted. This case has really worn them down, and they're unable to do anything about it. They are just stuck. They are not all hiding together. No, these two are kind of telling me no. And with the Six of Swords, um, a lot of them were blocked from leaving the country. They can't. They wanted to. Some of them wanted to escape. They were unable to. And you know, the guilt, the stress has sent some of them to the hospital. Some of them are just ill mentally. Yeah, so they're not doing well. They're, they've been stopped in their tracks, and they're really terrified. The longer this goes on, the more, torture they're going through. That's very little compared to what they've done, to the life they've taken, and to the pain they've brought to this family. So, but yeah, they're not hiding together. No. The fourth question here is, will they face justice? Okay. The high priestess and the thoughts. Yep, they will face justice. There's more information that's going to come out. As you see, the high priestess with her book, and this is all about doing research and information um, coming out, authorities finding out more about what happened, and possibly also getting the help from one of the Cabo Six, kind of helping and giving information in exchange for a plea deal. This is someone who knows exactly what happened, giving information as well. The thoughts here. Okay, this is all the authorities really, and you see this person, this artist, based on the information that the authorities are getting, they're putting the puzzle pieces together and trying to figure out exactly what happened. They have more information, and so yes, you know, these people are going to be brought to justice. Um, so yeah, for we each, it seems like authorities are trying to establish, what role each one played in this, right? I think this is really what's going on. This is really what's going on. So, um, right. So authorities are trying to establish, and so that's what's taking so long. um, they're trying to establish everybody's role in this, and who to charge with what. So overall here, um, let's take a look. So this is the overall, how are things going to go. um, okay, so you see here, excuse me, here, the Eight of Pentacles reversed. Again, somebody not cooperating. This time we have a mature woman, right? So there's the woman, and I do believe this is the person on the video who was beating Shanquella. This person is not cooperating. She's running out of funds as well, not cooperating with authorities. So things are really closing in on her as well. Okay. So, and we've got the Five of Pentacles in reverse and the Journey. So she has, the Five of Pentacles here is saying that these people, they're not going to be able to um, get away with not getting tried. They're not going to be able to um, work around being extradited. The Five of Pentacles in reverse and the Journey represents extradition in this case, and they're not going to be able to avoid it. Okay, especially the person who actually inflicted the fatal blows. She's not going to be able to avoid it. She's not going to even have the money to fight it and fight this case. The Five of Pentacles reversed. This is not having the money. And also when it's the Five of Pentacles upright, it's not having the money, but it's staying away and hiding and, isolating yourself so you're not prosecuted, doing everything you can to not get prosecuted. So this person, it's also about running out of funds and not whatever is going on, not being replaced, and, not being able to continue on this journey, not being able to run away from it any longer, not being able to avoid extradition. So, she's beginning to get worn down as well, financially as well as emotionally. So they're closing in. It seems like the energy I get here, guys, is that the authorities really wanted to kind of smoke them out, so to speak. Like really, they, they're not taking their time on purpose just to prolong this case. Since they're not getting any cooperation, it seems like what they decided to do is investigate on their own, but they realize that these people are not, they're not professional criminals, that it's gonna wait, the longer this, is dragged out, the more it's going to wear on them, and they're going to start to break down, and then they'll start to cooperate. And so this is what's happening now. They're breaking down. They're just at wit's end. There's no more money to try to run from this, to try to defend this. They're really, all of them are depleted, and just can't escape this anymore. They've realized like there's no running away from this. There's no getting away from it. There's no escaping accountability and escaping the law, and it's wearing them down. So it seems like was the goal of authorities. They knew at some point this was going to happen, so they had to just kind of go, go with it because they weren't getting cooperation. So yeah, the good thing is there will be justice. There will be more information that comes down the pipeline soon about this from authorities, and they are working on it. This case is being investigated, but the holdup is these people, the Cabo Six, are not cooperating, right? Even though there's this video and it shows us what happened, but they're not cooperating. And so, different states have different laws. Police can't, you know, they can't force them to cooperate, and it didn't happen in the US as well. We have to keep in mind it happened in Mexico. So there's a whole different set of rules, and the way that the authorities would go about this is different from something that happened within the US. So that part complicates things a little bit. And I think these Cabo Six, they knew that, but what they didn't know was that they would still be able to be prosecuted after they left Mexico. I think that is something that they didn't realize. So, um, and they're all terrified because they all lied, and made up different stories. And that in itself carries charges. So, you can be charged with accessory to murder. So there's a lot of layers to this. But I will leave it here. I will leave this here. I didn't mean for this to be a long video, but it's still a little bit long. It's okay. There's a lot that needed to come out here, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it shed some light on this case. I hope it has brought some awareness. And I would say to you guys, really watch who you're surrounding yourself with, whether it's in a romantic relationship, whether it's friends. Be mindful of who you choose to surround yourself with. And because in this case, by all accounts, Shanquella was, she was just very loving and open, and people took advantage of her kindness. And people she thought were friends ended up not being friends, and it cost her her life. So, if there's one thing we can learn from this case, is to really pick and choose carefully who we are surrounding ourselves with, and really listen to those red flags. Listen to them. They're there for a reason. Really be mindful. Take the time to get to know someone and be mindful. And if you feel like someone is acting funny, they don't like you, they're showing aggressive behavior, they're doing weird things, listen to that. Listen to that. Distance yourself. That you will find better friends. There are good people. I really wholeheartedly believe there are good people out there. There are good friends out there, just the way that they are, bad people and evil people out there. It's just that the bad people are a dime a dozen. They're easier to come by than the good ones. So I'll leave you with that little nugget there. And yeah, thank you again for watching. Love and light to you all. And I wish you all the best. Take care and see you in the next one. Bye bye.